Joining us now is Marthalicia, and we're going to be talking about coloring and many more things. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Very good. Nice to be here.
So we got a chance to talk backstage a little bit as we were talking about other guests and things, and we talked about synchronicity. And you all of a sudden showed me one of your productions, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to pick this up
Yes.
to show the audience. Ta-da! Okay, synchronicity. So what is it that you're doing at M Art?
MR is myself, actually, that can be of service for various of different things.
Okay.
Grouping various of artists, doing collective murals, hosting 16 artists at once, doing art parties. But it also breaks down for me to be an individual soul book producing, which now I'm diving into, which has been like a strong calling.
Okay. Strong calling to produce books.
Yes, at
Coming
least
through you.
yes. This experience wasn't an easy one. Not because I'm not capable, but because of the stories that led to trying to share experiences that is hard to explain. The phenomena, the spiritual.
Right, the mystical.
The mystical that's kind of harder for me to comprehend myself to then relay them.
Okay.
And my mission is to at least be able to share them, because I know there are so many other people, young and old ages, that may or may not have access to some of the information that I stumbled upon. And so yeah, these are the productions that end up from my personal experiences.
So tell us about this one, Animal Spirit Totems.
Yes, this one is 197 pages long, and it is the result of 3 different incidences that happened in my life, and that's the end result of it, and that's me sharing these experiences. As you can look through them, they have pages that you can color from different tribes around the world, indigenous people from the North America, Central America, South, even Asia and Europe and Africa. Each page is paired with their specific messages, spiritual messages. That you can dive in and explore, and helps you understand further things like the way I wanted to when I was going through some challenges.
Okay, so this one is Lizard, the iguana. It says patience, sensitivity, rebirth, and regeneration. It's a symbol of prosperity and survival.
Yes.
Right? And then you have an illustration. And who created the illustration?
These are all my hand drawings.
You drew all these illustrations.
All these, yes. My hand.
Beautiful. These are beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. So there are, like I said earlier, there were 3 different incidences that had occurred in my life.
What happened?
One wonderful incident is not really an incident. It's an experience having my first son.
Okay.
And he and I will share poetry together. And we will, as an artist, as a creative and muralist and a painter, utilize my skills to use his poems and write them down and illustrate them. So I made a journal. It was been a year or 2 of it. And then years, he got older and he just, developed into another young man. 10 years forward, I have another child, and he and I discovered my first journal, and we ended up making the Food and Animal Illustrations, which is the first book that I ever created.
This one or this one?
The first one is yes. My second son and I, his name is Easton, we were making silly things that will make him appreciate the alphabet. So A is for apple, but A is also for alligator. So if you can see, those are my own illustrations.
Oh, you're very talented.
Thank you.
Really talented. I love the cherry camel with the 2 humps.
That's what makes him
adorable. Does that make him laugh? That makes me laugh.
Correct. So to move forward with this, a celebration of producing and publishing work has been what spearheaded the following book. And at the same time, the second incident that I was explaining earlier, there are 3 different incidences. The second one was a car accident.
Okay.
Now the car accident was a surprise. My family and I got into it. We drive, and then my husband, the wheel in the front, mechanically exploded, or some mechanical aspect of it allowed the tire to wrap itself on the bearing of some sort. I don't know the technicalities. Somehow, instead of going to the divide, he chose to go the opposite direction into a ditch. But we were going super fast, so he jerked the steering wheel. I flew out of my seat, saw my young son on my hand. I smacked my head on the ceiling of the car while I was still moving forward. And as he was driving, I almost threw myself out of the windshield, but the driver's seat kind of prevented me from moving forward, so I landed here. That incident allowed a consecutive strange, I call it strange because I've never heard of it before, but after the healing, I ended up seeing a green mist coming out of my chest that sort of stunned me. And then the following month, went through a tunnel. In my dreams, I had sleep paralysis. So I started seeing synchronicity in numbers that I'd never seen before. I've seen numbers in license plates and receipts and tickets, but the consistency of it in different form were very overwhelming. From that, I thought that I was the only one going maybe nuts.
Yeah. I used to have deja vu a lot and then realized that I was having premonitions.
There's exactly, I also had one interesting.
Okay. Right.
And then after all of that, I started seeing things that I never seen before, like hawks and crows and then blue feathers.
Wow.
I mean, in the city, growing up, you don't see much. You see rats, you see pigeons, you see like sparrows, but then seeing hawks flying above, and you're seeing much more closer. And I even recorded them.
Okay.
Started recording these phenomena, and then I call it unexplainable things. That's my folder that I had, and I try to share with the people, and it was a little hard.
Okay.
Simultaneously, while producing these particular books for my youngest son,
Yes.
that gave me the courage to jump forward and share all my personal experiences, but much simpler. And then I also went through researching. So it took me 2 years, close to 3 years, of diving in to why I see a white feather, and then I see cultural expressing different meaning behind those things. And even ants or insects, they all have their messages from African tribes, the Himalayans. They have a beautiful relationship with Mother Nature. And we also had, seeing also YouTube videos of tsunamis that had occurred in Asia in 2009 also triggered me discovering how the animals knew to leave the tsunami or the area that's going to be in trauma. And then that really gave me the confirmation to move forward with this book.
Okay. So it's the birth of your two sons, your relationships with your sons, and then the car accident
Yes.
that became life-changing for you.
It has, yes.
Okay. And like you said, sometimes you see a green mist coming forth, and so you're having these experiences after the head
Exactly.
trauma, I guess, but then you've turned them into a gift for yourself.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing to see the internet be a part of the sharing, because there were so many people like myself expressing uniqueness of their, if not, near-death experiences, medical experiences, or some type of meditation, opened up many things that I felt so content that I was not alone in the sharing and expressing. But, my family is divided in many different things. So some of my family don't really understand. So they choose to support from afar.
Okay.
And then there are others, they would tell me more, redirect me to where I can find more of so I can research, and sure. So I'm here as a testimony, as you were saying earlier, a vessel to
That's how I feel.
a
You feel
conduit.
like you're a vessel, like a conduit, right?
Yes.
For messages.
I'm here for service.
Beautiful.
I'm here to help and aid and provide where the Lord decides I should be going, I will be there.
I feel the same way. And at this point, I can't quit because there's just it feels like there's too much to be done. And I don't even know what the next step is going to be, but it's flowing and it's happening, and I'm just saying yes.
I agree. And
Just say yes.
Yes.
Yes to the universe, and yes. This is fascinating, though. This looks like so interesting and joyful. I went to art school.
You have?
I did. I went to art school.
Aw.
And my daughter's an artist. My grandfather was an artist. My great-grandmother was an artist. Come from a long line of artists. And this is lovely. I like how you did it.
Thank
I like
you.
how you can even color the words of
Exactly.
the animals.
Exactly.
It's really meaningful and precious. So congratulations on what you've achieved and how you're helping inspire other people to find the symbolism, between all the things that happen in nature.
Thank you.
It's fabulous. Like even ladybugs, don't they say ladybugs, you can make a wish on the little dots?
Yes, there's some, they say, I have one in there too.
Oh, you have a ladybug in here?
Yeah, it's all alphabetical order.
Oh, it is? Okay, so let me find the ladybug. And also dragonflies, I think, are
I also have a
fascinating.
dragonfly
You do?
too, yeah.
Oh, well, let's just play this game of like me reading your mind. Yeah, you do. Okay, here's the dragonfly. This is great. I love this.
I'm gifting this to you.
Are you really?
Yeah.
This would make me really happy because I would really love to color this. We have crayons. Seriously, we have crayons. We have markers here.
That's wonderful.
Lots of
yeah.
art supplies. I don't know if you saw my gigantic art easel because I'm wanting to paint again.
Oh,
So you've
yes.
inspired me. So thank you for the visit today. It's so much fun.
Thank you
And
for
this is
having
great.
me.
I love the
Yes.
combination of nature and art. Good
Yes.
job.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was lovely to have you here. Happiness to you.
Likewise.
Happiness to you, grasshopper. Because you also have a grasshopper. Thank you very much. There you go. If you were looking for something creative and fun and spiritual and mystical, definitely check this out and be well.